Hey guys, it's Not Lammers of Invoked 101. Welcome back. Today I'm taking a look at an updated version of my Evilswarm deck. This is coming out after the Rocket Structure deck and after the July 15th ban list. I know it's taken me a while to get to this deck. It's just updating everything else and getting other stuff out of the way, along with a few events and a few things happening. But with that all out of the way, before we get into this deck profile, down in the description there's a link to our Patreon if you feel like supporting us that way. There's also a link to a Teespring. So if you feel like backing us on there, you can get yourself a shirt or a hoodie. And then lastly, there's a link to our Discord, so if you feel like chatting with us, that's where to do it. Anyways, we're gonna set these spells and traps and extra deck off to the side like we usually do and get right into the monsters. All right, so the first guy we're playing is, of course, triple Evilswarm Kyrkion. This guy is probably the best card in the deck. You can only use each effect of Evilswarm Kyrkion once per turn, and he has a couple different effects, he has one really powerful effect, but I think it says each. So anyway, it says, while this card is in the graveyard, if it was sent there this turn, you can normal summon one Evilswarm monster for one less tribute. Then it has another effect, which is you can banish one Evilswarm monster from your graveyard, then target one Evilswarm monster in your graveyard, add that target to your hand, and also this card gains the following effect. If this turn, you can activate this effect, normal summon one Evilswarm monster. So, very cool, very useful. And then we play the next most important Evilswarm, which is Evilswarm Caster, which simply has the effect of, during the turn this card was normal summoned, you can normal summon one Evilswarm monster in addition to your normal summon / set. So, very cool. After that, we play triple Mandragora, who has the effect of, if your opponent controls more monsters than you can special summon this card from your hand. Nice for swarming. And last, for the Evilswarms, we're playing triple Heliotrope. So this guy's just a normal monster, but the main reason we're playing this is because it's a rank 4 spam deck, and this lets us use Rescue Rabbit to spam it out. So, very cool. The last monsters we play is just a couple hand traps in the form of Ghost Ogre. You could also play Ash or Called By. I think Called By would be a little bit better. Moving into the spells, as you saw on top of the deck, we are now playing triple Dark Hole. This card is awesome. So how this works is you activate Dark Hole and then you activate another spell card that's in here in chain to Dark Hole, and then it wipes your opponent's board, triggers your Link monster. It does a lot. It's really cool. Then, of course, we're playing triple Allure because the whole deck is dark except for Rescue Rabbit, so pretty neat. For more draw power and consistency, we have 2 Pot of Desires, just to get more cards. And here's the card I was talking about that you chain to Dark Hole. This is Infestation Pandemic. It's a quick play spell and says all face-up Evilswarms you currently control are unaffected by other spells and trap effects this turn. So that's how it works. You just you activate Dark Hole and then you activate this and chain to it, so that way your Evilswarms stay safe, but it nukes your opponent's board. And the last spell card we play is 2 Twin Twisters. Coming out of the Rocket Structure deck, I got a few extra ones of these, so I figured I might as well put them to use. That's it for the spell cards. And then for the traps, we're still playing a bunch of Floodgates in the form of Mistake. This says neither player can add cards in the deck to the hand except by drawing them. So this card's really useful just for stalling out your opponent. And since we don't really search in this deck, this is a really strong card for Evilswarm. And then double anti-spell. This, of course, is kind of self-explanatory. It says both players must set spell cards before activating them and cannot activate them until their next turn after setting. And then we have There Can Only Be One. This is another really powerful trap card for Evilswarms, and honestly, probably the most annoying Floodgate in the game right now. This is really good with Evilswarms because they all are different types, but this can cripple other decks such as Thunder Dragons and Crusadia Guard Dragon combo. As once they start getting to all the dragons, you can just flip this and it turns them off. And then Salamangrate. And the last Floodgate we play is Imperial Order. This was a card that I really needed a few more copies of, so nice to have some more of this. It says negate all spell effects on the field, and then once per turn during the standby phase, you must pay 700. This is not optional, or this card is destroyed. So, and the last set of traps we play is triple, not triple, but 2 Solemn Strike and a Warning, just to round out the traps for some more negates. But that is it for the main deck. And now we're moving to the extra deck, and I do have full extra for this one. So the first guy we play is probably the most important one, and that is Evilswarm Ophion. Ophion is amazing. He's one of my favorite. He's one of my favorite extra deck monsters at this point. His he needs 2 level 4 or lower, 2 level 4 Evilswarm monsters. Sorry, and then it says while this card has exit material, level 5 or higher monsters cannot be special summoned. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card, add an infestation spell or trap card from the deck to your hand. So this is really cool because you make Ophion and then you do the combo with the Dark Hole as you search the infestation card, which gives it a bit more consistency. Then we play 1 Bahamut who needs 2 level 4 or lower. Why do I keep saying level 4 or lower? God damn. Needs 2 level 4 Evilswarm monsters, and then its effect is once per turn you can detach a material from this card to target a face-up monster your opponent controls. Discard an Evilswarm, and if you do, take control of it. And that's a permanent take control, so that's pretty cool. And then we have the big boy Ouroboros, which needs 3 level 4 monsters. This guy is awesome. He has you get to activate only 1 effect on him per turn, and then you detach 1 material to activate one of the following effects. And so its effects are, and you can only use 1 effect each while it's been on the field. I'm just going to restart that. So Ouroboros is really cool. It has 3 different effects, and you can detach 1 material per turn to activate 1 effect, and each effect can only be used once while it's face up. So its effects are target a card your opponent controls, return that target to the hand, send a random card to your opponent's hand to the graveyard, and then target 1 card to your opponent's graveyard, banish that target. So a pretty well-rounded monster. After that, we have Evilswarm Exit Night. I upgraded my old one to a secret rare. I felt I was playing Evilswarms a lot, and I really like Evilswarm, so I figured I might as well rarity bump my Exit Night. So he needs 2 level 4 monsters, and it says once per turn during your opponent's main phase or your opponent's battle phase. If your opponent has more cards in their hand and their side of the field than you do, you can detach 1 exit material from this card, destroy all of the cards on the field. Also, your opponent takes no further damage. This is a quick effect, so very cool. And then we have Evilswarm Nightmare, which doesn't really do much. It's more of a defender. It has 950 and it's 1950. It says 2 level 4 dark monsters. It says when your opponent special summons a monster, except during the damage step, detach a material, change that special summon monster to face down defense position. So he's kind of neat, can lock your opponent out of some stuff. And the last Evilswarm guy we play is Roach, which has the effect of when a level 5 or higher monster would be special summoned, you can detach a material, negate the special summon, and destroy it. That's pretty cool. Moving those guys aside, we have the generic ones in the form of Abyss Dweller for graveyard negates and Baguska to skill drain the opponent. And then the links, we're playing Wee Witch to give all our dark monsters a boost. Playing 2 Steel Swarm Origin, so I'm just going to read off what Origin does because he's pretty cool. His effect, he needs 2 Evilswarms, and while this card is in the extra monster zone, if a monster would be special summoned from the extra deck to the main monster zone, it must be summoned to the zone this card points to. While this card points to a monster, neither player can target it with card effects, also can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. Once per turn, when a monster on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon a level 4 or lower, level 4 or lower Evilswarms from your deck in defense position up to the number destroyed. So that's kind of where the combo comes from. So you make this, you make Ophion, you search the card, Dark Hole, this won't get destroyed, Ophion won't get destroyed, you'll blow up your opponent's board and then you'll spam out the field with more Evilswarms to do more things with. And thus you can link this away. So that's pretty cool. And then we also have Borreload, because it's Borreload, Topologic, because it's kind of like a big version of this, and then Zeroboros, as Zeroboros I feel is very Evilswarm in its effect of being able to banish everything on the board, and then this comes back and locks stuff out of the extra monster zones. So that's pretty nice. And that's it for Evilswarms. That's the whole deck. Evilswarms have been a deck that a while ago I really wanted to build, and after I built it, I had tons of fun playing it. It's become one of my favorite stun decks, if not my favorite stun deck. And I'm not really a stun player, so this just being as fun as it is really impressed me at how much I enjoyed it. It's definitely cheap, so if you're looking for something that's just fun and you can play down at locals that you can swap a bunch of floodgates in and build to counter the meta, as this deck has a lot of spare spots in its spell and trap zone. Like, aside from the monsters, which the monster lineup never really changes to make the Ophion and a few other things with the other rank 4s, as you can really make any rank 4 you want and play any floodgate you want. This deck is super versatile. Anyways, I want to hear what you guys thought about this deck in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.